The blonde is gone. For now. It might be back. Nobody can say, but we're making some changes. And that's really what this video is about anyway. 2025 is the year for streamers, a lot of opportunities. I feel it. Do you feel it? I think the land is primed for some breakout streamers this year. The landscape has changed, but we're all doing the same thing. The ones who change with the landscape, we're gonna have to see where they go. By the way, welcome back, everybody. It's good to see you. I've noticed some things lately about the way we stream, and I'm wondering if you've noticed it too. The platforms we stream on, just all the platforms we make content on, they've evolved. They've hit their final form. A real Frieza situation we got going on here. But the way we stream feels like it's stayed the same. Just as an example, come in here. 2 years ago, there was a big YouTube versus Twitch rivalry, and you picked a side and you were loyal to that side. And let's be honest, YouTube was not winning that fight. And it seemed to a lot of people like YouTube gave up. I even thought YouTube gave up, but really all they did was switch strategy to one where they could very easily win. They're not trying to compete with Twitch anymore. They realized they didn't have to. They can win their own battle. If they can just get streamers to multi-stream, to host their stream in both places, then YouTube can use their superior monetization tools to make both the streamer and YouTube a lot of money. This is why they've made such an effort over the last 2 years to separate VOD content from live streaming content, whether it be the way you see it on the homepage or on a channel, or the way the algorithm sees it, where they don't affect each other as much anymore. And maturing changes like these are happening across all platforms, especially TikTok, who died and resurrected. That's a wild change. Zombie level changes now. Phoenix? Is it a zombie or a phoenix? Nobody knows. So I've spent the last few months brainstorming with Nick, coming up with a brand new content strategy, a blueprint, if I may, a way to double, triple my revenue, my reach, my viewership, with 3 rules that are very important. Rule number 1, it cannot add any extra workload to my current schedule. It's already overwhelming. In fact, if anything, I'd like to lessen my workflow while adding extra content. Efficiency is key here. Rule number 2, it can't add mental stress to my workload. I'm already maxed out with my mental stress. I can't be writing 3 times as many scripts. I have to make it easier. And rule number 3, the content has to be good. It has to make sense for each platform. It's not one of those stream on Twitch and then cut it up into a million pieces and slap it everywhere hoping it sticks. There will be a little bit of redistribution across platforms, but only where it makes sense. The content has to be good. We're thinking this stuff through. So let me lay this new plan out for you, and then let me be your guinea pig starting tomorrow. This plan starts tomorrow. Feel free to join. I'll be live. Ask questions. If you like the plan, if you like what I'm doing, if it works, try it yourself. Links down below. Let's lay this strategy out. But first, this video is sponsored by Best Buy, and they sent me something that I've used every day since I received it. Let me talk about it. Something you should know about these videos is we shoot 100 to 300 gigs of footage for each one. So picking the right storage device, kind of a big deal. We have 3 essential requirements when it comes to picking an SSD. And this 2 terabyte Crucial X9 Pro portable SSD, you see it there? Hits all 3. Requirement number 1, it has to be fast enough to edit directly off of, so we're not transferring files between devices all the time. The Crucial X9 hits those speeds no problem, which is great because we're editing multiple streams of 6K at a time. Number 2, it has to be durable so it doesn't get damaged while it's out. This little guy is IP55 rated, so it can handle against dust and even splashes and sprays of water. And number 3, price. Gigabyte per dollar is key. And right now there's a sale for $72 off of this at Best Buy, making this 2 terabyte drive only $127.99. It's a killer deal, but the sale ends on February 10th. So I'll put a link in the description down below for any of you that are in need of some serious portable storage. Back to the video. So in this plan, Nick and I put together 4 major changes. Let's lay down each one. First one, we're gonna be streaming on this YouTube channel, multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. There was a wild video reveal recently where Moist Critical broke down his revenue between Twitch and YouTube while he was multi-streaming to both of them. I'll summarize it for you. Essentially, while he was live, Twitch made 3 to 4 times the amount of revenue because people are much more willing to subscribe on Twitch. Nobody really cares that much about memberships on YouTube, which is weird. It's like the same thing. It's just different platform cultures. But he took his largest stream as an example. And while he was live, he made $11,000, $12,000 on Twitch, $3,000 to $4,000 on YouTube. My numbers might be slightly off. It's been a while since I've seen it. But then over the course of the next year or two, the YouTube VOD continued to get views and continued to be monetized and ended up racking up over $80,000 in ad revenue. Now, I know those numbers are astronomical, but it's not about the actual numbers, it's about the relation to each other. During the live stream, Twitch made 3 to 4 times the amount of revenue, but then over the next year, YouTube surpassed it by a factor of 7 or 8. And he went into more average streams on his channel as well, and the numbers were consistent. Every single stream looked like this. Now, there are two main arguments against this. One being that Moist Critical might be an anomaly. He's a big gaming streamer with a big following on both. And two, people are concerned that live streaming performance might negatively impact video performance, which has been my concern for years. I didn't want to live stream on this channel because it's not the main reason people subscribe to me. But it's 2025, it's time to make some changes, time to take a couple risks. I've got a popular Twitch account, I've got a popular YouTube channel. Every single live stream will be streamed to both. And my regular schedule will consist of 3 live streams a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Unless something changes, it might happen. I'll be switching my live streaming content away from mostly just chatting, and I'll be doing some single player games where I can still interact with chats, but I feel like the titles and the content keep the game a little bit more relevant long term than a just chatting stream, which is really only fun to watch live. And I'll be experimenting with some other things I might be doing in the meantime, like experimenting with Blender, maybe doing some workout streams, maybe some IRL streams. I will also not be making custom thumbnails for YouTube for 2 reasons. 1, it's stressful. 2, I feel like it makes them look like crappy VODs instead of showing it for what it is, which is just a live stream. And whenever I look at live streams, I want to see a window into what the live stream looks like, not a fake poster that's like, what's behind the curtain? So no custom thumbnails on the YouTube live stream. I'll also try occasionally multi-streaming to a vertical platform as well, like TikTok or YouTube vertical or Twitch vertical whenever that's announced. See if that makes a difference. Big change number 2, I'll be posting short form content every single weekday to all 3 main short form platforms, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram Reels. And once the new channel launches that I mentioned in a previous video, I will be also doing it there. That was the big one that I had to make sure wasn't a lot of work, because I've never been able to be consistent with short form content. It takes just as much work as regular content. So doing things like making a Notion list that Nick and I share and consistently add random ideas to, using time like the 3-hour walk that I already take every day and banging them out during then. I'm gonna call it walk talk. But I heard another creator explain why his main focus is short form instead of long form. What he said was he can post every day to all 3 platforms. And when he does that, every single post is like pulling the lever of a slot machine. 3 more chances every day to have one go viral and put his face in front of millions of people. I mean, even the tiny amount of short form content we've posted, we've had a number of them get hundreds of thousands of views. So while it's not one of those throw everything at the wall and see what sticks, as long as the quality is above a certain level, as long as it's watchable, quantity is kind of the game there. Change number 3, rethinking the way the community interacts with each other and with me. We all have our favorite different places that we like to do the same thing. Some people like Instagram Reels, some people like YouTube Shorts, some people like TikTok. The goal isn't to try to convince someone to come to the platform you're on. The goal is to be everywhere, so the viewer can engage the way they want. When it comes to a community, some people love to be involved in Discord. Some people like to support with Patreon. Some people like to go to a website and see a newsletter. Some people love community posts on YouTube. So Nick and I are working on redoing the entire Discord just to be more community focused. It used to be a place where people went for tech support, and it was cool that we did that, but it made it really transactional. People would go in, they'd ask for help, and then they'd never show up again. And that also created a lot of stress on the mods that were basically free tech support for a very long time. And that just wasn't fair. If we can make this more about finding common interests and sharing things with each other like a subreddit, people can still get help from each other there and also just get to make friends and become involved. You can also send me things in there like suggestions for games to play on stream, or if I want to do rating your stream setup or gaming setup, you can post your pictures in there. Also, all these options are a great place for me to share some kind of weekly newsletter, which we've kind of teased the idea about. And thing number 4 that I've already overshared about and mentioned it 3 times now, but starting a new YouTube channel. That one's for me. I need this. I need something I'm truly excited about again. I also need something with a much larger ceiling. Having this niche community of streamers is the coolest thing ever. But I also know that a lot of my videos are only going to get seen by like 30, 40,000 people. If I can make videos that have the potential to reach 10 million viewers, then I can spend an entire month on a video. I can put my heart and soul into that thing. I can enjoy the process again. And I'm very excited for that change up. These videos might be garbage. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think they will be. It doesn't matter. I just want to do something different that I'm passionate about again. In a nutshell, that's it. Do you have any questions about any of those? Leave them down below. I will have questions as I'm going through this, but I'll be live tomorrow on Twitch and on this channel. So turn on notifications, follow both places. Wherever you like to watch live streams, follow me there and let's talk about it while I find a game to play. Let's turn over a new leaf. Let's have some fun. And as always, happy streaming.